commemorating the American experience of 9/11. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a composer and a conductor. My name is Anita Brown. The piece is going to be premiered here in my hometown in Nyack, New York, on September 10th, Saturday at 2 p.m. And the piece is constructed in 5 movements, and it really sort of tells the story of the American experience of our tragic day of 9/11, September 11th, 2001, which is really quite a national tragedy, as you all know. So the first movement is called The Homeland, and it'll be sort of swing-oriented blues in our American classical music style of swing jazz. And it will have several of the musicians improvising, which is very much a part of jazz. The second movement is called The Homeland, and it begins with a melody that has 3 beats in a measure, because the heartbeat has 3 beats. It has 2 beats and a rest, 2 beats and a rest, 2 beats, beat, beat, rest. It's actually beat, rest, beat, beat, rest, beat, beat, rest. Is how the heart beats. So I chose that number of beats per measure for the second movement, Tuesday morning, because it sort of starts while we're waking up, getting out of bed, and it's the individual's heartbeat. And then as we all are starting to go to work, it turns into the heartbeat of the city. And so we hear different treatments of that melody. But then that melody turns kind of twisted, and we actually hear a musical depiction of the 2 impacts, and it sort of becomes horrific. The third movement is called Benumbed, and it uses a melody from a hymn that was composed in Victorian times, a hymn that the Navy uses quite often. And we hear that in the French horn melody. And after that, movement 4 is called Valor, and it begins with a cue, a musical cue of 1 single trumpet player playing taps. And after that is complete, the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon from Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C., will move and do their routine in front of the bandshell in Memorial Park. This is a concept I've been working on for a long time, using them, their routine. They work only in silence, so I'm using them because silence is the most dramatic effect in music, because it's the opposite of sound. And at the same time, we all use a moment of silence for reflection and meditation, prayer, to reflect upon our own pain or our own lives, or the lives of those that were close to us who were lost. So at the same time that it's the most dramatic effect in music, it serves us as a moment of silence. And while we're having a moment of silence, we're watching the epitome of strength through this ceremonial representation of not only the Marine Corps and not only our military, but all first responders. So as we watch them, it's my hope that the audience will gain strength and feel differently coming out the other side. So there's a cue out after that, and then we're into the 5th and final movement called Stand, which Eric Lawrence and I are going to play for you in a moment, a portion of it. There's a 10-measure melody that is to be sung by some people on stage, but we would really like it if all of the concert goers had heard the melody, and you can download it at standsymphony.com. That's stand, S-T-A-N-D, symphony.com. And you can see the lyrics and the notation if you read music, and you can sing along with this video. The 5th movement The point of everybody singing is for everybody to join together and stand together and sort of become one people. And really the message of the piece is for everybody to think about the other person's perspective, appreciate what the other person does and how they function in our society, and to really bring back that moment following 9/11 in '01 that was a small moment in which we truly were all united, one united people. In fact, this melody with these lyrics was composed on September 17th, 2001, and is among the original musical sketches. So we're going to play that for you now. Why don't we do a new track so we can have two tracks, the talking and then for the